We want to welcome you to Pipe Play Remix. I'm Anna.
And I'm little Carla.
We
It's okay.
I'm glad we're recording. Okay. We have a wonderful show for you guys today. It's 18 and over, so if you're under 18, we ask that you do not watch this at all. Parental discretion is advised.
Right. Yeah, so that means if you're underage, please take your back to dad. Because
Right.
this is only for adults.
Exactly.
Real for adults.
Right. As you can tell, we did change the name to Pipe Play Remix because we're trying to turn it up for you guys. So we hope that you continue to view the shows as you have been. We're doing it a new way. We're putting it on YouTube now and Facebook due to the fact that Ustream was having technical difficulties and it was inhibiting us to bring the show to you guys. So now we're doing it a different way and we hope that you enjoy. We want to start off by announcing our first guest. His name is Sean. Sean, come on out. Hey, hey.
Hey, Sean.
All right, Sean, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
37, entrepreneur. What else you want me to ask questions? Not good at talking about.
Are you single? Are you in a relationship?
I am
Are
single.
you looking? Are you not looking?
A relationship would be a beautiful thing, but it's kind of hard to find nowadays.
Right. It
So,
is.
yeah,
All right. Well, we also have another guest, guys, that we're going to bring out. His name is Lucius. Come on out, Luce.
Hey. Lucia. It's Lucia, girl.
Hey.
How you doing?
Hi. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What's some things you're doing? I know you got a barbershop. and
Yep.
everything.
Yeah, go ahead and
Got a
tell everybody
barbershop,
what you
Still
do.
Fresh Barbershop, 1187 West Governor's Road, across from Family Video. It's my shameless plug. Just opening it up.
He told y'all to. I recommend him.
Okay. So, fellas, we have a topic today that is, it's a kind of serious topic, you know, and I think we're going to help a lot of folks out tonight with this topic. The topic is love over 30. Is it too late? You know, we came up in a time where people settled down, you know, and they dated maybe their high school sweetheart or, you know, dated someone from junior high, and that was the person that they continued their life with, you know. But nowadays, it's just so much promiscuity out there, and, you know, people just take sex kind of lightly now, you know. Back in the day, we didn't take it as light as
Right.
they take it nowadays. You know, so what I'm wondering is it too late to actually get involved in a relationship when you're over 30? You know, it might even be hard to get in a decent relationship when you were in your 20s,
Right.
you know, but what do you guys think? Is it hard to find love in your 30s, and why do you think that it's hard, or why do you think it may be easier, or like where do you stand with this, Sean?
Finding love over 30. I think it can be done. It's a hard thing to do. 9 times out of 10, it'll probably be with someone that you were with in your past.
Right.
Meeting someone new with them, going through all that stuff, as far as getting to know them and just getting to the point of past all the, what did I say earlier? Getting past the representative and finally getting to the person.
Right, right.
You know, a lot of men get tired of that, and a woman can just come out and be herself. Just like women get tired of men, we put a representative out there, and the man can just come out and be himself.
I like the way you put that. You have to get past the representative. I like that because I feel like so many people,
Mhm.
they wear a mask
They
when
do.
you first meet them.
Mhm.
And it's like you have to peel layers off to actually
You do.
get to know the true person.
Yeah. And another instance is some guys run game on women, and that mess up the guys who are actually genuinely being themselves.
Right.
But what they're doing is similar to what the guy was doing that was running game. So the women cannot tell what's what. So they 9 times out of 10 they miss out on a good guy just because he was going down the same road this guy that messed over them was going down. But he's genuinely being a good person.
Yeah, I have to agree because I've experienced that myself where I was dealing with a jerk and I had a good guy, but I was too busy being into the jerk that I wasn't even noticing the good guy.
You know, they always have a saying that we always tend to like something that's not always good for us for some reason. We
Yeah.
always taking the good one and brushing him off to the side and chase this one that ain't a bit of no good. You know what I mean? So,
It's crazy.
right.
It's crazy to say that I always understand when I talk to women. There's always 2 men, at least 2 men in a woman's life. The one man that they know is not going to turn into anything, it's not going to be anything, but that's the man that they have sex with. That's the man that they go have fun with. And then they meet a man who could possibly be their mate, but that's the one they want to take through the mud and all this before they even get with him. But then by the time they run him off, they fell in love with the guy who, as you say, was a jerk. And then they...
Well, in women's defense, I have to say sometimes we have to wait for that man to mature. Sometimes we waiting for a man to grow up and mature. Like I mentioned to you guys before, I dated my husband in particular 10 years ago, but I knew at the time that he wasn't ready for a relationship. So did I pursue it? No. I stayed his friend. We stayed friends for years. I mean, best of friends where we shared everything. Anything about me, he knew. Anything about him, I knew. We had children with other people, but that never meant nothing because we were always close. And then when I knew that he was mature enough, that's when I gave him my all. And then when he was like, let's get married, I'm like, okay.
That makes sense. And one thing I would tell men and women not to do is if somebody they're not on the level that you're on, move on. Don't sit there and wait for them because you're going to waste valuable time.
Because you can waste your time away. Because, when you get older, time flies. And you look up and say, oh, Lord, I'm in my 20s. And then you look up and wake up and say, well, damn, I'm 35 now. 15 years have passed. And you still stuck in the same position. I feel like when you're in a relationship, you don't sit. Relationship, you grow. You progress. And that's how I look in a relationship. If it's still right here, I do agree. Like, I don't know what movie that was, where it had Janet Jackson and it was was that it with the 4 women they went out of town or whatever? And the lady said, what you need to do is get you a piece of paper, write all the good times y'all had together and write all the bad times you had together. You know what I'm saying? And if it adds up that you had more good times, then you stay with that man. But if you have more bad times, then you might have to look that over again and see if it's worth you even staying in the relationship.
So what do you think? What do you think as far as, do you think it's possible to find someone special once you're 30 and over, like, or is it just dead to the wolves? Like, what do you think?
Nah, I mean, I'm gonna say this for all the women in their 20s. You want to settle down, date a man in their 30s. I'm for real. Think about it. Men in their 20s.
But do you think it's smart for a man on his 30s to date a woman in her 20s?
Well, women mature faster than men, right?
It's a different day and age.
Yeah.
Most of them don't.
Yeah, not nowadays. These girls are
Well,
terrible.
look at it like this. Most women, when we hit the late 20s, they're looking to settle down. They're trying to settle down with a man their age. When I was that age, I wasn't thinking about settling down. I mean, it was more, when I turned 18, I was an adult. When I turned 21, I could get into the 21 and up club. I could drink. I was 25, now I got 18 and up and 35 and under. So it's like, I wasn't thinking about settling down, and a lot of men aren't thinking about settling down at that age.
When do they think about slowing down? Because we have a lot of older men that don't want to slow down.
It all depends. It all depends on the man. Like I said, in my teenage years, I did a lot. I was in the clubs, and when I was 15, 16. I know a lot of them. I dealt with a lot of them. But it gets old after you've done it for so long. You do something more.
Right.
Like I was already married at the age of 21.
You were?
Yeah. I
So
wasn't
when-
married when I was 21.
Oh, okay, so you just never found that person at the age of
Well, we weren't on the same page. I was more mature than she was at the time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't ready personally to settle down until I was like maybe now. Saying all this. Till I was at least in my early 30s. Like I really wasn't ready. And it wasn't that I was out there just bopping. You know, I was just out having fun, and I really, then it like you said, it was a guy that I was with, you know, my children's father, whatever, and I was ready to settle down, but he wasn't. So after a while, I said, oh, okay, let's do this. You know, so I started going to the bars and having fun and doing what I was doing. But see, now, like, I really could care less about a bar or, you know, just.
And see, that was the opposite for me. I settled down at a young age. I was with my man. When we got together, I got married at the age of 20. I think it was 24 when I got married. Prior to then, I had been with that man for 8 years. You know, we had children together. I loved it. I thought that's the way it was supposed to be. Because my mother and my father was together for so long, and that's how they was. I wanted my family to be our happy big family, you know. But, you know, things didn't work out that way, and it's okay. And like you said, it's kind of hard when you're in your 30s to find you somebody decent.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, it all depends.
It depends.
It depends on the situation. I mean, it depends on what situation you put yourself in. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's true.
I mean, if you are in relationships young and all your relationships don't work out, you tend to build this thing in your mind, all men are like this or all women are like this.
Right.
So when you do hit your 30s, that's why I said the younger women in their mid to late 20s that date men in their 30s, because they're just coming out of that mode where they're ready to settle down.
So what you think is a good age for a woman before she decides? Is it between her mid-20s?
You know what? Get your partying out.
Yeah.
Get your partying out the way. I mean, if you still feel like you gotta go party every weekend, you don't need to be in a relationship. You know what I mean? And that's for men and women.
I agree.
I don't think it's ever too late. I think you can be 55, and if you find that person that you think, you know, is suitable for you, then that's a great thing. It just depends on if you're ready to change your life, if you're ready to start working on you, working on, you know, them. You know, I think it's all surrounded by that. I think you can be 99 years old and find somebody that you want to be with.
I mean, I understand what you're saying about the working thing, but the hardest thing and the most important thing I think people really need to look at and realize is you have to work on yourself.
There you
You
go.
have to be ready yourself. You have
gotta
to be ready to give
the right
your
mind,
Mindset.
right heart, and right personality.
Right,
Like,
and
all
you got
that
agree.
that dude that you was screwing that ain't going nowhere. You need to put him on to the side.
You gotta put them over to the
You know what I'm
side. You know
saying?
you might
So
not
you
want
can
to.
be focused.
You gotta put them over to
And a
the
lot of
side.
times people are not focused. I always got somebody lingering over here who's pulling them away from, you know what I'm saying, happiness.
But see, reality nowadays is people are getting married more in their 30s and their 40s now. Like, you don't see too many couples in 25, and you know, you don't see that nowadays because so many people wait for that person to mature. Like I personally, my opinion is, I really don't think, like you said, before 30. Like, I wouldn't have dared gotten married to
I
somebody
think 30
in
is
the 20s.
appropriate.
You know, I wouldn't have done it. And these girls nowadays, if I was a male, I definitely would be dating above my age. I would never date these girls in their 20s nowadays, because the lifestyle that they live nowadays is something that we would have never thought about living back when we were younger. You got girls out here now showing ass, freely sucking, you know, putting all kinds of penises in their mouth. If you told a girl back in the 90s that she sucked penis, that was an insult.
Yeah.
You know, even if she was doing it, she could have been the biggest penis sucker in the world. But if you called her that, it was going down.
Right.
But now girls just be like, hey, you want your penis sucked? You know, they just so ready to go. Like, they... Well, too bad for you, the Ritz is closing. Yeah, but they just be so ready. They just so open and so ready to screw. They'll screw you in a car or in the park or.
God excluded them. You know?
Yeah.
Everything's explicit. Everything's about sex, money, sex. You know, everybody want to know who does sex better. You know, it's about sex. You hear it in the songs. Clothes. You see how the little girls dress? You got little girls, you got the mamas thinking it's cute seeing their little kids dress.
Right.
Like,
Go ahead, baby, and she be popping it. Like,
and they popping it just like their mamas popping that.
pop a book in their
Right.
hand.
If you go on Ustream, not Ustream, but YouTube, you look at some of the stuff. I remember the time we seen them kids gyrating. So I mean, it starts at a young age now. Sex is it's just so overrated.
I recommend holding out for your soulmate.
Yeah.
I don't care if it takes you to your 55. Don't try to rush. A lot of women rush into things.
I agree with that.
A lot of women try to rush into a relationship just to say they got a husband.
Yes, I don't want to meet a woman like that.
You know, some men just try to marry somebody just so he can have somebody to hold him down. You know, it shouldn't be that way. It should be love involved.
I would want it genuine.
Right.
For both parties.
Right.
You know, where you're not worried about him screwing like some people. Girl, ain't you worried? No, baby, I'm not worried because I know we have that understanding. When you have that understanding
Exactly.
between two, your man ain't even gonna even think about cheating on you because he feel like you have that genuine trust and y'all just
And if he
open
ever
with each
do,
other.
you would never know.
Right.
If he ever do, you would never know. We have an open relationship. And when I say open, I'm not saying open like I screw when he screw.
Right.
I'm saying open like I'm telling you everything and you're telling me everything. There is no secret. You know, I mean, you know, and I don't know if you know, but my husband is incarcerated right now. And he gets letters. And I guess they think that they're being sneaky with the letters, but no, because he literally sits on the phone, opens up the letter, and reads me the letter. You know, we don't have any secrets, period. And when, you know, whatever I got going on out here, I'm like, babe, guess what? You know, guess what happened? Guess what I did today? Or guess who said what to me? Or who called? Or who popped up? Or, you know, we keep that open line of communication because I just feel like I'm going to be the one to tell you before anybody else tell you. And like I told him, I want you to tell me before somebody else tell me because it'll cause problems.
Yeah, when
if
the
I don't know.
outsider is coming in and
We will never let an outsider ruin our relationship. Never.
So what do you guys, what do you want in a relationship to make it be, I guess, okay with you in order to make you want a relationship? What do you want in a woman?
I want to be honest.
Exactly.
I want to be honest.
I think that's number one.
Number one.
I gotta be attracted to her. I'm not saying that she has to look a certain way, but
But
there has to be
it's
some type of attraction.
Right. That's an important key
Oh,
too.
Just keep yourself up.
Yeah.
Keep yourself
You know,
up. Go get. I mean,
You don't gotta be a beauty queen, but you know.
but you don't have to walk around in sweats and t-shirts all day, every day.
Yeah, you don't have to do all the stuff, you know, a lot of women nowadays are going to extremes, like ass shots. And, you know, like that's just, to me, that's just going overboard. Like, are you that insecure and are you that unhappy with yourself that you have to literally go get an ass shot?
That's the popular thing.
Oh, you talking
Everybody
about the
wanna be
booty
over.
injection?
Oh my goodness, that is terrible. And then they don't know what they're doing to themselves when they're getting those things. You know, the health hazards and things, they're not even looking into all that. They're just looking into the after effect.
Right.
But what's going to happen when you turn 60 and that ass is dragging on the ground? Or it's got lumps like pancake mix? Like, what you going to do then?
But you said somebody don't like it.
Yeah, you're right.
Love got to be there.
You're right, and she going to have to pay for that crack, too.
I mean, you know, I want her to be goal-oriented. you know. If you work at McDonald's, that's cool, but aspire to own a McDonald's, not to
Right.
just work there, you know.
And see, I think we all have our preference of what we want. You know what I mean? Because I think, I know I do, how I want my man to be. I mean, I'm probably not going to get everything that I want. You can't have everything away. But you want some of the qualities.
Right.
Right.
You know?
Don't you hate when you meet 2 or 3 people and each one got something you like and you just wish you could just smash their ass together and just have that one person like, dang, he got good head, but his dingling, dang, he got a big old dingling, but his head is trash. Like you just want to smash both of them together.
Right, and get all of you want the supreme, don't you?
The whole circle,
Shebang.
like you just
That's
want
why
it all.
women
whole
got
shebang.
that's 4 friends, right?
Huh?
That's why women have 3 or 4 friends,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
They got the one dude they talk to is usually like the gay dude or something that they talk to on the regular about everything. And they got the one dude, like you said, that y'all know ain't nothing there,
Smash.
but
Just
he
smash
hitting it
that
every
ass.
night.
I mean,
And then-
smashing that booty.
And then that's when they meet that one, and then that's when they meet that one that got all that, and then they say, I do. And then it be over.
Yeah. They still gotta get rid of
That one
that
dude
baggage.
inside,
Right.
he's still
They
on
still
the
gotta
side.
get
If they
rid of
smart,
the
they
baggage.
wouldn't say I do until that one gone.
Right.
So if
But
they're
if
smart.
they're smart, that person will be gone before they even tell themselves they want to be in a relationship. Like me, I want a woman with ambition, drive.
There you
I
go.
want ambition. I want a woman that's loyal, who has nurturing qualities,
Right.
and a woman who's gonna have my back, and I'm gonna have her. So
There you go.
there's
Exactly.
no room for
You know what? That
any
sounds so
outside
good. Like
to come
that's
in
the
and do
perfect
anything.
love ever. Everybody wants that.
I need a romantic woman.
Where?
too. I
Oh
need
my
some
God! I
romance.
can't wait to hear
You
from
want some
my
candles?
man.
My husband said all the time, it's me and you against the world.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Fuck everybody else.
When you
It's us.
surprisingly
And I
doing
love
things, you know.
Mhm.
Like I can't wait to see my man tonight. Your girls, yeah, you're right. You can't say girls everything because they tend to get jealous
Mhm.
because they mad because you happy as I don't know what. You just want to just make it home. Like, but you just, hey, I got something stored tonight for mine. You know what I mean? Because you're right. You have to keep. You got to keep everything up. You got to keep everything spicy.
Start on one level and you gotta keep moving up. You can't get stagnant.
Right.
So do you guys feel like monogamy is the best policy?
It depends on where you are in your life again.
Right.
Once again, I mean, if you out
'Cause-
there and you just want to live life and just have fun and kick it, I mean, monogamy ain't for you. But if
You
you
know,
want to
some
settle
people
down,
now, even people in relationships, they feel like monogamy is old fashioned. You know, it's a lot of people that think monogamy is old fashioned. That they should bring other people into their marriages, and you know, we should have an open relationship and be able to
call me
go do
old
what we
fashioned.
do.
I take
Exactly.
that
But
old
is that
fashioned
good,
one
though?
anytime.
Is it good though?
It depends on how you introduce it into the relationship. Like
But
if-
my thing of it is, how long will it last?
I know people that do it and they have.
So you don't feel like sex outside of a relationship is an affair?
No, if y'all have an understanding.
I
mean,
think it's still considered an affair though.
But how? An affair
I mean,
is
you
something
gotta-
that's happened when somebody else doesn't know about it.
No, it's not a
About it.
secret thing.
We
It's not a
talking about
secret.
relationship or we talking about marriage?
We're talking about a marriage.
Okay, marriage, see, that's an affair because you
It's
gotta-
an affair.
you gotta
Whether they
think
knew
it.
about it or not, it's
You
still an
standing-
affair.
You standing up on a pulpit and you making
A vow.
these vows
Mhm.
in front of God, up under God, and
That
to
you're
bring
only gonna be
anybody
with
else
that one
into that,
person.
it's an affair, no
Yeah,
matter, no
but
matter
you
how
always
you
pick one
look at it.
person. I mean, but you got, I mean, that goes into the Old Testament, New Testament. Old Testament, we had 3-4 wives. New Testament, you
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
I'm
But
like,
they married
that's
people.
one part. That's one thing I don't play with is God. If I'm married, it's till death do us part, and
I
I
mean,
dare try to divorce me.
And if you took that, all I'm saying is,
Wow.
all I'm saying is, if we're in a relationship and we both agree that, hey, we can bring other people into the relationship and these are the rules.
Who gonna follow the rules?
I mean, there's couples that do.
Who gonna follow the rules? Because if I'm in a relationship with you and you done brought a nigga in and his thing is killing yours, it's going down.
That don't, but even still, I mean, it's still rules though. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It's
If
going
we
down.
agree to it and we,
I'm breaking the
mutual
rules.
understanding, then, but see, that's you.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm breaking the rules,
But that's what-
and we see it every day. They do it all the time.
But that's what
Do
I'm
you
saying.
watch Jerry Springer? Do you watch Maury Povich?
That's what I'm saying.
They do it all the time.
Just because you might break the rules doesn't mean that another couple won't break the rules. And there's couples that do that stick with those rules when they're happy.
And there's couples every day
And
that
it's
be
not-
on TV
There are.
who they done slept, they done invited somebody into the relationship, and the man continue on sleeping with the woman.
But that's
Like that's,
I mean, that's.
I mean, it goes on all the time.
All I'm
I
saying
wouldn't risk
is-
it.
All I'm saying is if
I wouldn't risk
if
it.
you have a mutual understanding and they follow those rules, I mean, there's people that do it and they're happy.
And see, that falls along those lines of love and loyalty, like you said. I can't sit there and watch somebody that I love and that I'm with be involved sexually with another person.
Right, I just
I
can't imagine
just-
some
I
dude
can't
just
do that.
giving my wife wood, just
Yeah,
imminent to her, like, I mean, just banging it out that one way, I can't see.
What you say, banging on soul?
Banging it that one way, and I'm looking like,
well, we're gonna take a break right now. See you guys in a bit.